How's it going, guys? So today I have a really interesting video for you. I'm gonna go on based on all these companies that are listed here, what has like the best quality, like on average, what brands do like most sellers get right, what brands do sellers really struggle with, and which brands you should go for, which brands you shouldn't go for. Also, I have bought all these brands that are on here. If I put them in the don't know category, that's because I don't really know much about it, because I'm probably only at 1-2 pieces, but I have gotten over 300 pieces. So yeah, let's get right into it. First, we have gallery department right here. I think gallery department's quality is pretty good from the sellers that on Pandabuy, or like they do a really good job at gallery department and everything. Essentials I'd say is probably one of my favorite. I'm gonna give it almost a 1-to-1. There's a lot of sellers, low price too, that just get essentials right. They get the logo right, they get the fit right, the baggy fit right. Everything's just good about it. Even the quality on it is like really good. It's like compared to like, let's say, Nike hoodies, or even like other brand hoodies like a Mary, what other brands are there that has really popular hoodies, but Chromat, compared to them, like 10 times better. The fit is better. I think sellers on Pandabuy do a really good job on getting that essentials. And also essentials is also made in China, so they have like a lot of experience with that. Next is Ralph Lauren. From the items I've gotten, I'd say I'd put it either mid or trash, but I'm gonna give it a mid. The quality Ralph Lauren, if you want to get Ralph Lauren, just go to your outlet. You could find much better quality. A lot of these sellers, they're selling probably like 20% cheaper than the price point that you see in the United States. So I don't think it's really worth it if you're not in the United States. But overall, the pieces that I do see, some of them do have some logo flaws. Like the logo, they don't get like 90% close, but overall, even the quality, there's a bit like the quality isn't there. So I would honestly give it trash. I wouldn't get Ralph Lauren from any of the sellers. Like the piece I got, it wasn't the best, but yeah. Next, Burberry. I would give Burberry a mid. The items I have gotten from Pandabuy for Burberry weren't the best, but their price points were also much more expensive than gallery department and essentials, but its quality was still there. Like even the fit wasn't as good. Yes, people, they do struggle with Burberry. Even the Burberry logo, some sellers struggle with that and everything. There's a lot of Burberry items that I say a lot of sellers are missing too. You guys we see like a lot of sellers that put this in the mid, because a lot of sellers that are popular for Burberry are kind of mid sellers, like 0832 Club. We don't really have like a specific like Burberry seller. I think there was a specific Burberry seller, but his price points are in the $80 or $90. So obviously it's hard right there. Rick Owens, I'd give Rick Owens really good. Rick Owens sneakers, I've gotten them. There's pants too, which are like, they're like, it's like similar to the Balenciaga type of pants, but overall they have really good quality on their items. The sellers on this are really high tier. Yeah, a bunch of high tier Rick Owens sellers. They do costly on more on the expensive side, like $90 or $100 items, but the quality is really good for the price point. And yeah, Rick Owens is up there. Next, Amiri is higher than Burberry, but mid. A lot of items that you get for Burberry are made from like cheap sellers, and those cheap sellers don't really have like that quality. I feel like Amiri is not even known for their quality, but overall, there's a lot of cheap sellers out there for Amiri. Not only that, I think the items I've gotten from Amiri were kind of, I would say, on the good tier. They were like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, but they're just not like, you know, I feel in that tier of Rick Owens or gallery department. So Mary I'd put there. Tiffany and Cole, I'd say Tiffany and Cole good. When it comes to their when it comes to their sneakers, especially the Air Force Ones, Tiffany and Co's, you got their other items like decor, Tiffany Cole, it's all out there, their decor and everything, it's really good. Now when it comes to the jewelry, I have gotten a Tiffany and Co jewelry, and I don't know how the real thing looks because I have never been in a Tiffany & Co store. I should soon, but I would say the quality was pretty amazing for the price point. So I think for the price point, Tiffany & Co always delivers from Pandabuy. The sellers that sell the brand do amazing job. Next is Hermes. I just put Hermes here because I don't know, but there is a seller that's willing to work with me soon that I probably know how the quality is. But if you're trying to buy Hermes, like the products for this brand right here, it's gonna cost you like $500-$600, even the ones on Pandabuy. So really expensive brand and everything. Stone Island, I'd put right here behind gallery department. Now Stone Island sellers like what's that seller called? I'm forgetting their name, but there's a really popular Stone Island seller that has really good quality. I would say I have gotten stuff from them, they're really good quality, but there's also a lot of sellers that can't even get the tag right for the Stone Island badge. So you have sellers who just sell the badge because people can't get the badge right. The badge is the whole brand right there. But yeah, I think that seller, Stone Island, yeah, I think they call Top Stony. I think Top Stony, he's a really good seller, really good quality. I think his price points are exceptional and everything, but the problem with Stone Island is like the rest of it's like a cesspool. So you could get a good item or you could get a trash item, depends on the seller. So I'd put it in a good. If you're going with Top Stony, I'll probably put it behind Rick Owens because yeah. Fendi I'd give I'd put it behind Burberry. Fendi to me is mid quality. The items from Fendi usually, I don't know, they're kind of small. Not only that, is like there's no like seller who really like goes after it. It's like a bunch of like, you know, sellers who do every single brand and then they add Fendi. Nobody's really looking for Fendi items, so I'll give it in the mid. Next is Balenciaga. I'd put almost 1-to-1 if it came to just sneakers. If we're just talking about sneakers, if you got Balenciaga LEDs, if we got Balenciaga runners, if you got the Balenciaga speeds, if you got the Balenciaga Triple S, all these sneakers, they do a really great job at them. But when it comes to the clothing, it's probably right here. I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna put it in the mid-level. I don't know what's going on, but Balenciaga, all these sellers can't even get the logo straight. Every single time they struggle with the logo. I don't know, like even the 1688 sellers, the Taba sellers, like there's only like probably a couple of Balenciaga sellers that you could count on one hand that do a great job at like actually providing you with like really good, like, you know, close to like the actual Balenciaga. So it's gonna be really depends on the seller. You could either get an item that's completely trash or almost there, so it's gonna put it in mid. Next, that's with a lot of these brands right here, but it's just my experience. Next is Chromat. I'd give Chromat higher mid too. I saw some Chromat materials, some Chromat stuff that I do get, like hoodies and stuff like that. It's not the best, but other than that, like a lot of their other stuff that like you see, like the Chromat jeans, the Chromat other peripherals, I don't know what to call them, but like a lot of people have like other Chromat stuff that they get. I usually see really good reviews on it. I think it's an overrated brand, and a lot of sellers do sometimes struggle with like getting like the actual like quality of the materials down. That's why I think the biggest problem with Chromat, they have the designs and everything right, but it's just the materials aren't there from what I've seen. Yeezys almost 1-to-1 right there. really amazing. Yeezy 350, you go for Yeezy 500, Yeezy 700. All these items always up there in quality. Even their Yeezy Gap hoodies, their Yeezy Snake bag, really up there. These two brands are really like top tier up there. Next, Canada Goose. I'll give Canada Goose a mid. Really depends on the seller, but honestly, a lot of stuff with the jackets is their sizing isn't always correct. Like they don't, you get an extra large, it fits like a large. You get a double XL, it fits like an XL. So always go one size up on jackets. That's what I feel like you should do. Next is the quality of the fur. From what I've seen, the quality of the fur isn't as great as the quality of the fur that you get from like the actual brand. Not only that, sometimes they're either too puffy or they're less puffy, so it really depends. I don't know, depends on the seller, but they are really good sellers. Like if you go for like, there's a Kingdom of Canada Goose, Top Goosey, those sellers are probably right here up in the good. But if you go for a random Taobao seller, which I see in most people's spreadsheets, they go for random Canada Goose sellers, then you're gonna get trash to mid quality. So I'm gonna put in the mid right here. Chanel, I'm gonna give Chanel good. I feel like Chanel, a lot of their items are already priced out of like that 50 to above that $50, even like $100 range. The quality that I've seen from Chanel, like the purses I've gotten, the things I've gotten, it's been really good. It's actually been right here. It's been really good. Quality's been amazing, the logo amazing, even their jewelry is amazing. So yeah, maybe the sellers really work on Chanel. Next, Gucci. I don't know. I do have some Gucci items, but I just really can't even tell their quality. It's just like I haven't really worn a lot of Gucci items, so I just gotta say I don't know. Next, YSL. YSL, I'm gonna give a high mid. It's much better than these brands. A lot of the items for YSL, they're like specific to their like if you're trying to get a YSL coat, it's gonna be like different from everything else. Like they're gonna use different materials on it, they're gonna spend more time on it. Even the YSL purses, like they have like a different look, and the logo and everything. I think they do a good job. But then we have some other items like YSL that are really popular. I've seen those YSL heels, those aren't the best quality. Those I'd say mid to trash quality. I don't know many YSL items, but I do have some with like tees and stuff, and it's mid quality, so I'll put it. Next, Rolex, trash. Any item on PandaBuy you see for Rolex is trash. Do not get from PandaBuy. The thing about Rolex is the best sellers are on PandaBuy. You can't put the weed in Taobao link. Even if they're $100, $200, you're gonna get a thing that's what they call a shitter. So it's basically like, you know, it's worth nothing. So I would say do not get Rolex from PandaBuy. If I could put another tier, which is like do not buy, I'd put that tier right there. So Rolex is right there. The next item we got right here is OffWhite. So as we know, OffWhite is really popular. I would put them up here in the good, maybe behind, or I'd put them above gallery department. A lot of sellers I see for OffWhite, no, actually behind gallery department. A lot of sellers I see for OffWhite, they're really good at quality. Everything they get is on point. There's a bunch of like off lab, fake lab, it's called fake lab, really good quality for OffWhite. A lot of items I've gotten from CN Fair actually for OffWhite, and it was random sellers, but it came really good quality and everything. So I think OffWhite is really good quality. Next, Supreme, I'm gonna give mid. Now I haven't seen a bunch of Supreme items, but I do have some Supreme items. But I have seen some logos of Supreme be kind of messed up, not the best, especially the Supreme Burberry look that people get. I've seen that be off of sometimes, the logo being too big or something, the logo being just not right, you know. Next, Stussy I think is, honestly, from the quality I've gotten, it's kind of been, has it been trash? I'd say it's been trash. The quality I've gotten in the tees of the Stussy, quality I've gotten on the hoodies, It's been trash. I don't know. The sellers did. It's like the low price point. Maybe that's why you get to see items from like $5 to $20. So maybe that's why it's been trash. Next, Broken Planet. I'm gonna say this. There's one seller out there. I don't know his name. I think it's Hotdog. Really great seller. I got Broken Planet hoodies from them. Like pants from them, amazing quality, and even the logos, everything is on point. I think because the brand is, I think the reason why these three brands are almost on to one is because all three of them are probably made in China. That's why the sellers just have so many resources there. So overall it's up there. Next we have Cause. I'd give Cause mid too. In my opinion, Cause is just, especially the Jordan 4 Cause, a lot of sellers don't get it right. Now when we move to the Cause, there's a bunch of like Cause decor out there. That decor, I don't have that decor, so I can't speak on that, but the Cause items I do have, like tees and stuff like that, kind of like mid quality, not the best quality from sellers. Next, Cartier. Cartier I'll give a high mid. There's a bunch of stuff out there for Cartier, but you do have to make sure that the item you're getting doesn't have lead in it. That's the number one thing you should always make sure. But Cartier has great items, a lot of popular Cartier jewelry out there. It's really, even though Cartier watches, I wouldn't go for the Cartier watches, those are mid, but overall Cartier is mid. Next, Givenchy. I only have one item of Givenchy, so I wouldn't know. Moncler is going in good. A bunch of sellers from Moncler, especially like we got Top Moncler, I don't know what they're called. There's like a bunch of jackets from Moncler Maya sellers out there, like Moncler Maya, Moncler Madeira. It's really nice jackets. I got one from Eric Luxury for Moncler jacket, one of the best jackets. Really light jackets. They keep you away from the cold, like -20 and everything. So a bunch of sellers, I often think that they get Moncler really well. I'd actually give it higher than Tiffany Cole and Stone Island, in my opinion. Next, Goyard, mid. Probably a mid behind it, Mary. Goyard, the problem with Goyard is the sellers that get it like 100% up there, like we're talking about this level right here. It costs probably more than $50 for a wallet, $50 for, $40 for their, what's that thing called, card holder. Yeah, card holder and everything. But then we have all these sellers selling Goyard for $5, $4, and their quality is mid at best. So that's what most people are buying. That's what most of the items I have for Goyard, so I'll give them mid. Next, Jordan. Jordan I'll high good. Thing about Jordan is they're starting to perfect the Jordans. Jordan 1s I've gotten, Jordan 3s I'm gonna get soon, Jordan 4s I've gotten, Jordan 5s I've gotten, Jordan 6s I've gotten, Jordan 11s I've gotten, Jordan 12s I've gotten. So we have all these Jordans I've gotten, and all of them are up there at good quality, really good quality. They like, I've never been called out for Jordans, but everything is always on point. I've only had probably one Jordan that I got that was kind of messed up, was a Jordan 12, and those were Jordan 12 OVOs, so their shape was like an 8 out of 10, but rest of the Jordans are just, so they just look seamless. Like their sellers have reached up to a point, like if you go for the best batch, it's like to anybody's eyes, like you can't even tell which is which. So I'd put Jordan up there and good. Next, LaCoste. Now I don't know much about LaCoste because I do have some items from LaCoste, but I have never like seen the actual quality for LaCoste. They have a small logo. All sellers get that right. So I don't know about the quality, so I can't really say much about LaCoste. Next, LV. I'll give a high mid. A lot of their items, if you go with sellers, they put in a lot of effort, especially for LV purses. Some of the best items I've gotten are LV purses. LV sneakers, I do have some LV sneakers which are really good quality. As for LV tees, I do have a couple LV tees, really good quality as well too. I'm trying to think if I have anything else LV, but overall I think LV is like high tier mid. It's like high tier mid, but then you do find some LV sellers that aren't the best. Like I have seen a lot of people buy this LV beanie with the logo isn't like, you know, straight and everything. So overall, Versace, I only have one item, so I don't know much about Versace. I wouldn't say. Celine I'll put in mid too. The items I've gotten I've gotten Celine tracksuit and everything. It wasn't the best quality. I think that was from CN Fair. It wasn't the best quality and everything. As for Celine tees, and there are some sellers that do a really good job at Celine and the quality is there, but overall Celine, I'll put it at low mid. Palm Angels, let me think. Palm Angels also mid. Palm Angels, I have gotten a Palm Angels tracksuit. They got the logos at like the wrong place and everything, but then we have some other Palm Angels like Moncler jacket they had, which is really good quality. Palm Angels tees that are amazing quality. I think the Palm Angels tees would probably be in the good section, but overall that's where I put. Next, Prada mid. Thing about Prada is like it's really hard for I don't know sellers to get their logo like completely, like, you know, they have like this black patch in a trapezoid and then they have the metal on top. So the black patch of trapezoid, they usually don't get that right. That's the main problem I think I see with Prada items. But if they just have that logo branding of Prada, they usually get it right. And then we also know Prada's known for the quality. A lot of these pieces don't have that quality, so I'd give it low mid. Next we have Spider. I think this is probably up there good. Probably some sellers have actual better quality than the real one, so I could put it up there. But from the Spider items I have, they are good. They're really good. Like everything is like everything. Like if you look at a QC of a real one to the one you get on PandaBuy, it's exactly the same. So I think Spider is also made in China. Next, Dior. I'm gonna put in the good. I'm gonna put it above Stone Island. The items I've gotten for Dior is like the Dior B22s, the Dior B23s, the Dior B30s. We got some Dior tees. We got some what else? Dior, like a Dior scarf. I mean, really good stuff overall. Dior, I think they really do a great job at Dior items, especially sneakers. Even a lot of women Dior items are really good, so I'd put that up there. Next, Nocta. I'd put Nocta at low good. Nocta, I got a Nocta Tech Fleece, 2 Nocta Tech Fleeces. And I'll talk about Nike. If I'm putting Nike right here, just Nike, I'll put them probably high mid. I would say just go for the actual Nike brands, because even if you get basketball shoes in Nike, you're gonna get this type of quality. But if we're just talking about Nocta like their Nocta Glide, their Tech Fleeces, then it's good quality. I've seen some sellers really do an amazing job, like 3 Madman. So this is my tier list for the brands I would know. Now there's way more brands I could have put on here. I don't know, who am I missing? I don't know, I'm missing Armani, all these other brands, but I don't really know much about them. But I'd put these items, I would say stay away from these brands from PandaBuy. Now I could put this on mid, it really depends on the seller. This I would say stay away. You don't really want to get these items from PandaBuy. This does work on PandaBuy. If you go for the best seller, this works right here. Burberry, go for good sellers. Goyard, go for good sellers. Amiri, and you just have to find an item which has a bunch of QCs and see it to the real. Balenciaga sneakers, always go for them. Now as for the clothing, there are some sellers that are really doing a great job, but you have to find those sellers. They're on those quality subreddits, those other subreddits. They're not in fashion reps. But overall, this is, I think, these 3 items sellers just do an amazing job at. I don't know why. Hopefully over time you could find sellers in all these different brands you like, any brand you like, that are almost right here. So that's why it's really important to do your own research, to not blindly buy what the other person is buying, thinking it's best quality. So always QC, always see the quality that you receive versus the quality that they actually sell. So overall, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative. I can show you my spreadsheet of how many items I do have. If I could exit this. So then this is my spreadsheet right here. These are all the items I bought right here. As you can see, there's over 300 items now that I've gotten, and I do put comments as soon as it gets as soon as I receive them. A lot of down here, the ones down here are the ones I've received from sellers, and all these I have received from sellers too, but only probably my first 3 hauls are actually bought for my own. So yeah, overall I always go into the quality and everything of these items, and before I upload this video, I'm gonna upload this completely and you'll see the comments for a lot of these items. So overall, thanks for watching. I know it's been a long video, I've been talking a lot.